in Trinidad, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General YAHANNA. Teach that Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the lost 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. Well, as we see, the world in a mess right now. You understand? The coronavirus spreading like wildfire. You understand? Earthquakes here and there in diverse places. They're trying to get Maduro out of office. Trump sending down his warships down here. It's all kind of thing happening, you know? And as the scripture let us know, we're in the last days. And it is very important that we understand this, that we are in the last days. You understand? Also, to what I saw and I had to mention is that I'm at home right now due to this coronavirus. And I ain't gonna lie, I never see so much of my people displaying themselves so lovely in terms of like cooking and taking care of the household from what I see and so far. You know, I mean, it have the little ups and downs here and there, but that was what I see in is real beautiful. You understand what I'm saying? And it is important that we have to understand, and we must understand as a people, as Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we must come together. We must gather ourselves together. You understand what I'm saying? After this woman done gone and made she burger doubles and see my people coming out and topping it at the best, that was real beautiful. You understand what I'm saying? And I know that my people, they could open their own establishments. You understand? They can handle their own scene. They don't need to depend on the heathens to function. You understand what I'm saying? And it is very important that, again, we understand as a people, we must get ourselves together. You know? What we're going to do, we're going to go to John chapter 8 and verse 32. You understand? This biblical law class, we must understand that the laws of the Most High God, we must keep it. You understand what I'm saying? We must keep these laws and to be in good standing with the Most High. In the midst of all this coronavirus happening, as we see the Christian church, doors locked since even before government say, you know, hey, time to lock down. They don't close the doors a long time because the Christian church and these Christian preachers, they don't believe in God. You understand? They will have you in church singing, dancing, and having a good time. And they don't believe in God. They don't believe in the power of God. They don't believe, you understand, that God kills and makes alive. They don't believe that. The scripture tells you that God kills and makes alive. The scripture tells you wounds and heal. We'll get to that in a little bit. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah? So when you see things like the coronavirus coming about and destroying the heathens, more people will be in that mix too as well. Because why? Scripture let us know the wages that sin is death. That's right. You understand? All people must understand what is sin. You understand what I'm saying? It's very important that we understand what is sin. We also have to understand the power of the Most High. You understand? And in the Christian church, the things that they teach us will make us sin against God. That's right. You understand? The things that they teach us, again, as I just mentioned, will make us sin against God. It will make us not know the power of God. So it will have us doing as we please. You understand? It will have us believing in all kind of things. Nature, we want to worship nature. You understand? The Christian church will make us want to go and mourn as the Baptists do. You understand? Christian church will make us want to sing hymns and pray for the heathens. Pray for our oppressors in the midst of this coronavirus. You understand? When my people see the way how this coronavirus is spreading, they start to pray for the oppressor. You understand what I'm saying? Eh? And we need to wake up and understand that all that is just Christianity.
That's right.
You understand? You need to understand that in the I.S.U.P.K under commanding General YAHANNA, this Bible that we teach, this Bible, this King James Version Bible, is for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians only. Right. This Bible was not for everybody. You understand? Some people come with the argument that the Bible was given by our slave masters for us to read. You understand? But again, We will go into all that to show as the days go along that this was not given by our slave masters for us to read. We wasn't allowed to read the Bible in slavery. You understand? So when we bring out certain things, it will be shocking. You understand? For example, when we bring out Christ was a black man. When we bring out, we need to keep the laws of the Most High God. When we bring out, we need to keep the high holy days, the feast days, Passover. You understand what I'm saying? Stay away from homosexuality. As the days go along, we're going to bring all these things, right? So let's go to John chapter 8, verse 32, because it's high time that my people, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, if some don't know, you understand? Again, the tribe of Asher is the Venezuelans, and they are our people. They are my people. You understand? Go ahead, read.
That's right. Book of John, chapter 8 and verse 32.
Go ahead.
And ye shall know the truth.
And ye shall what?
Ye shall know the truth.
Mm-hmm.
And the truth shall make you free.
And ye shall know the truth, black man, here in Trinidad, Hispanic man and Native Indian man, that we ought to keep the laws of God. We ought to keep the laws, commandments, and statutes. You understand? We need to understand this. We need to understand the laws of how to deal with our brother, how to deal with our sister. You understand? We wouldn't go and sleep with our brother wife. You understand? We will stay away from homosexuality. We will stay away from smoking weed, from eating pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster, from selling drugs to our own brother. This is the thing that we will stay away from.
That's right.
You understand? We will understand that the laws, commandments, and statutes is what is needed to govern the black community, the black household.
Right.
You understand? That is really, really important. Right? From there, Officer I.S.U.P.K, give me Psalms chapter 119 and verse 142. You understand? It's time for black, Hispanics, and Native Indians to know the truth. You understand? And the question we ask, what is the truth? You understand? Because some people present worshiping a nature, worshiping our other gods, Islam, and all these other things as the truth. You understand? For blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, but this is not the truth. You understand? In the Christian church, they make you feel that when you jump up and dance and go get some imaginary power, that is truth. That is not so. Go ahead, read Officer I.S.U.P.K if you have it.
Book of Psalms, chapter 119 and verse 142.
Go ahead.
Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness.
Go ahead.
And the law.
And the what?
And the law.
And the what?
And the law.
And the law. These laws in this Bible, these laws, commandments, and statutes in this Bible, go ahead.
Is the truth.
Is the truth.
Right.
And the Christian church now will come and tell you that the laws are done away with. We don't need to keep the laws. You understand? But as we just read, the law is the truth.
Right.
You understand? And when you go into the laws and you start to understand as the weeks goes by, you'll go through different laws and you're going to understand how important, why it is important that we should keep it. You understand? To be in good standing with the Most High power, because again, we're in the last days and it is important, it is highly important that we keep the laws of the Most High. You understand? That we get into the I.S.U.P.K to start to understand how the body of Christ is function. Because I know I have many friends that be outside there and they be like, you know, yeah, but I had to, we're telling me they had to start to come and congregate and start to understand more about the Hebrew Israelites. You understand? What I go do? I go send a link in the I go send a link in the chat to show how everything began. Because it's really, really important that we understand how everything began. You understand? And not just when we see somebody on the side of the road preaching the Bible with a robe on, that we just run there and start to dwell.
That's right.
You understand? The Most High let you know is one body, one mind, under Christ.
That's right.
You understand? So I will put a link in the description so you could you all could see how everything began. You understand? In the meantime, Officer I.S.U.P.K, you give me Matthew chapter 5 and verse 13.
Answer. Book of Matthew, chapter 5 and verse 13.
Yeah, go ahead.
Ye are the salt of the earth.
You are the what?
Ye are the salt of the earth.
Hold on. That's not, hold on. 5 and verse 13. That's number 1 minute. Right? It is really important. Yes, so like about that. Yeah, so it is really important, you understand? And high time that we understand that we need to keep the laws and the Most High power. We need to come into the truth. We need to come into the I.S.U.P.K under commanding General YAHANNA. You understand? Right. To learn about your culture, your history, and your laws. You understand? To learn about your nationality, which is most important. You understand? What is that letter? Pull it from again. 5 and 13. Give me, sorry about that. Give me 5 and 18.
Answer.
Yeah, go ahead.
Book of Matthew chapter 5 and verse 18. For verily I say unto you.
For what?
For verily I say unto you.
Go ahead.
Till heaven and earth pass.
Till what?
Till heaven and earth pass.
So now till the heavens or the earth pass. Once you're not seeing the heavens no more, or you're not standing up on this earth no more, go ahead.
One jot.
One what?
One jot.
One what?
One jot.
Go ahead.
Or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law.
You understand? So not one jot or one tittle. You understand? Not one dot of the I's or crossing of the T's shall in no wise pass from the law. Meaning what? That these laws still stand under Christ.
Right.
You understand? These laws, black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man, is for you to follow.
Right.
You understand? And what we're going to go into tonight is the dietary law. For you to understand in the midst of this coronavirus, you must know, you understand what you're eating. You must understand what you're eating. You
Right.
understand? Because the statistic come out whereby they're saying that quote unquote black people starting to get more and more vulnerable to the coronavirus. You understand what I'm saying? But what they don't understand is that black people, the things that we consume, you understand, that gives us more disease. Pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster, that brings disease upon us.
Right.
And then what is the thing that they love to say? He had an underlying, what is an underlying disease? Yeah, go ahead, Officer Micah. An underlying condition. That's why he passed away. You understand? But if we keep the laws, commandments, and statutes of the Most High, we'll be in good standing.
Right.
You understand? From there, you will give me the book of Leviticus, chapter 11, and verse 1. We will start from there. You understand? The Christian church will not teach you about the dietary law. You understand? The Christian church will tell you many different things. And we'll just go to a few scriptures just to understand what the Christian church is push on our people and make our people do and go against God. You understand? Because they learn they learn about the Bible from our oppressors. Our oppressors can't teach us this Bible.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? For you to learn this Bible, you got to come from your own. It got to come from the mouth of your own people.
Right.
You understand? No Elam, which is the East Indians in the Bible. No Elam can teach you the Bible. You understand? No white man, which is Esau in the Bible. No white man can teach you no Bible. No other nation, no Syria, no Chinese cannot teach you this Bible.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying? Yeah? This Bible must come from the mouth of your own people. This Bible you must learn this Bible from in the I.S.U.P.K under commanding General YAHANNA, because they've been doing this since 1969.
That's right.
You understand? Go ahead.
Book of Leviticus.
Oh, just now. Before I go there, let me just touch on a few scriptures that the Christian church love to use. You understand? Where they come and mislead us.
Right.
Send us in the wrong direction. You understand? So the first scripture we'll go to, let me go to Deuteronomy chapter 12 and verse 15. We just touch on them because they love to use them, and then we'll show you that none of this, they don't understand the Bible.
Right.
You understand? So let me go to Deuteronomy chapter 12 and verse 15.
Book of Deuteronomy chapter 12 and verse 15.
Go ahead.
Notwithstanding, thou mayest kill and eat flesh.
Thou must what?
Mayest kill and eat flesh.
Go ahead.
In all thy gates. Whatsoever thy soul lusted after.
Whatsoever what?
Thy soul lusted after. According to the blessing of the Most High thy power.
Right.
Which hath given thee the unclean and the clean. May eat thereof.
You understand? So now, when the Christian church read this, they make you feel whatsoever your soul lusted after, you could go in and eat. Which means you could eat rat, you could eat bat, that blazing us with coronavirus right now, blazing this world, cat, kobo, seeing people on Facebook saying to skin kobo now. You understand what I'm saying? And all these unclean meats. The Christian church leads blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians astray.
Right.
They lead them away from the Most High power. You understand? Let me go to 1 Timothy chapter 4 and verse 4. We're just going through a few to show, you know what I mean, the scriptures that the Christian church loves to pull. You understand? And remember, we just read that one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law.
Right.
You understand? Which means you're supposed to keep the law of the Most High power. Supposed to keep the law of the Most High God. All right? So we're going again. 1 Timothy chapter 4 and verse 4.
Book of 1 Timothy chapter 4 and verse 4.
Go ahead.
For every creature.
Start at verse 1. Salakia.
Answer. Now the Spirit speaketh expressly.
Go ahead.
That in the latter times some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits.
Giving heed to what?
Seducing spirits.
To what?
Seducing spirits.
Go ahead.
And doctrines of devils.
You understand? So when your Christian pastor tell you that the laws of God are done away with, you understand? And the pull the scripture in Deuteronomy chapter 12 and verse 15 telling you that you could eat whatsoever your soul lusted after. That is giving heed to seducing spirits. You understand? That is giving heed to doctrines of devils.
Right.
You understand? Go ahead.
Verse 2. Speaking lies in hypocrisy, having their conscience shared with an hot iron.
You understand? Having their conscience seared with a hot iron. You understand? You see, like what they used to use the iron with a letter, like if it's a B or a J for John, and the brand them slaves, they use it to brand the slaves. That is what having their conscience said. That mark can't leave.
That's right.
You understand? Go ahead.
Forbidden to marry.
Forbidden to what?
Forbidden to marry.
Just like in the Catholic Church, they're telling all of you to be a nun. I'm not saying that the Catholic Church is good. Because the Catholic Church and all these other religions is the house of Satan and not teaching our people what needs to be taught. You understand?
That's right.
Forbidden to marry. They say that to be a nun or a Catholic priest or whatever the hell they want to do, you can't marry. You understand? Go ahead.
And commanded to abstain from meat.
And doing what?
Commanded to abstain from meat.
You understand? Even fake Israelite camps do what? They forbid to marry. They tell you could only have one wife.
Right.
And according to the scriptures, according to the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, you could have multiple wives.
Right.
Not just one. You understand? So when you watch at these fake Israelite camps, it's no difference from the Christian church.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? You could have more than one wife. And as the days going along, brothers will bring classes that have classes online. You could subscribe to all I.S.U.P.K classes on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, you understand? And get the necessary information whereby you will start to understand these things. You understand? Here in Trinidad, we have the history class with Officer Cobal. In the meantime, Officer Swab, you'll give me Acts chapter 10 and verse 11. Right? On Mondays, we have the history class with Officer Maka Cobal. You understand? Tuesdays, Officer Swapiala. Myself will be on Wednesdays. You understand? On Thursdays, here in Trinidad, we won't be having class, but we always have class online with brothers from all over the world in the I.S.U.P.K. You understand? Fridays is the Lashavan Kwadash, the Holy Tongue, the Hebrew language. You will come and learn Hebrew on Fridays with Officer Yakad and Officer Maikwa.
That's right.
You understand? Officer Salaki, Officer Yakad, and Officer Tazawo. You understand? Saturdays, we hold the Sabbath service. You understand? I give it to Officer Yakad and Officer Maikwa.
Right.
Sundays, we have scripture breakdown with our camp leader, who is Officer Galawan.
Right.
You understand? Where you can send in your questions and get them answered.
Right.
You understand what I'm showing you? But besides that, during the week, we have classes every day of the week.
Right.
You understand? One of the most shows that I will encourage anybody to watch on the internet is the Black Watch with Commanding General Yahanna.
That's right.
You understand? Again, at the end of this class, I will post a link where you could subscribe to the Black Watch. You understand? Where you could subscribe again to have a scripture breakdown class with General Mahaiman. You could subscribe to that. I'll just send a few links at the end of the class, so you know people watching on my profile and whoever coming in new to the class on the Trinidad and Tobago I.S.U.P.K page, which you could subscribe to also. You could start to view these classes. Right? So go ahead, Officer Swab, you have it?
Acts 10.
Yeah, Acts chapter 10 and verse 11. Again, we're going through these little scriptures that the Christian church like to pull and deceive our people. You understand? These scriptures they pull, they make the Bible look weak. When the Bible is one of the most powerful books on the face of the earth.
That's right.
The Bible is the black man's constitution.
That's right.
You understand? You have it, Officer Sowa?
Answer.
Go ahead.
The book of Acts chapter 10 and verse 11.
Acts what?
10 and verse 11.
Yeah, go ahead.
And I saw heaven open.
And I what?
And I saw heaven open.
Mm-hmm.
And a certain vessel
Mm-hmm.
descending unto him.
Go ahead. So now Peter is having a vision. I'm just paraphrasing on the scriptures that the Christian church like to use and mislead us. You understand? Go ahead.
And as it had been a great
Take it from the top again.
answer. The book of Acts chapter 10 and verse 11.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw heaven open.
Mm-hmm.
And a certain vessel
All right.
descending unto him.
Mm-hmm.
As it had been a great sheet knit at the four corners and let down to the earth.
Right? So Peter is having this vision. Let me read what vision Peter having that the Christian church will use and twist until they could eat anything. Go ahead.
Verse 12.
Mm-hmm.
Wherein were all manner of four-footed beasts
Mm-hmm.
of the earth,
Right?
and wild beasts, and creeping things,
Mhm.
and fowls of the air.
Right? So he's seeing this vision and he's seeing all manner of beasts, four-footed beasts of the earth, wild beasts, creeping things, fall of the air. Go ahead.
Verse 13.
Mm-hmm.
And there came a voice to him,
And they came in what?
a voice to him.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Rise, Peter.
Do what?
Rise, Peter.
Do what?
Rise, Peter.
Mm-hmm.
Kill and eat.
Do what?
Kill and eat.
And right did the Christian church stop. Rise, Peter, kill and eat. So you could kill and eat all manner of beasts. You understand what I'm saying? So now we have our people running in the bush for tattoo, lap, cootie, what you call this thing again? Iguana. And all these things are the most I let you know is unclean meat.
Right.
Our people fly inside it and start to hunt it down. You understand? We're not supposed to be celebrating Christmas and all these pagan holidays already. But guess what? When these times come around, we will be wild meat. You understand? Because Peter in the vision say, kill and eat. You understand? And that is not so.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Go ahead, read again, continue.
Verse 14.
Mm-hmm.
But Peter said, not so, Lord.
But Peter said what?
Not so, Lord.
Why did Peter say not so, Lord? Because Peter knew according to the law that the Most High says not done away with. Go ahead.
For I have never eaten anything that is common or unclean.
He has never eaten anything common or unclean. You understand? But the Christian church will tell you, kill and eat. The law of God is done away with. But Peter coming out way after Christ, telling Christ, no, Lord.
Yeah. Right.
I have never eaten nothing common or unclean. You understand? Jump down to verse 28. We just skimming through because I want to get into the class. You understand? To show you how deceptive the Christian church is. And they will just read scriptures and leave you right there hanging. You understand? Right. They will leave you right there hanging and having you feel you on top of your game. That time, the things that you doing is against Christ.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Go ahead.
The book of Acts, chapter 10 and verse 28.
Go ahead, read.
And he said unto them.
And he what?
And he said unto them, Ye know how that it is an unlawful thing for a man that is a Jew to keep company or come unto one of another nation.
Go ahead.
But the Most High hath shown me that I should not call any man common or unclean.
You understand? The Most High said what? The Most High had shown him what?
That I should not call any man common or unclean.
You understand? So the Most High was showing Peter in the vision to not to call any man common or unclean. Why? Because at that time, Peter was supposed to meet Cornelius.
Right.
You understand? And we will go into that a little more later on for you to understand why you say I will not meet any man common or unclean.
Right.
Again, the only place you could learn this Bible is in the I.S.U.P.K. under commanding Gen.YAHANNA.
Right.
Christian church has been telling and selling our people lies for decades. You understand? In the midst of this coronavirus, you go to Leviticus 11, let me get into it a little bit. You understand? In the midst of this coronavirus, our Christian pastors and preachers, deacons and we just call them women and them prophetess, nowhere to be found. You understand? They're not coming out here and helping the people. They're not coming out here and defending it with the people.
Right.
They're going in the hole and they're letting you know do what? Pay your tithes online. I even call that tithes. You understand? I call that tips. They're telling you pay your tithes online. And some churches even saying keep your tithes for when the coronavirus done, which means every Sunday you're supposed to come to church. You put in your tithes in an envelope and you just keeping that every Sunday until the coronavirus done. You understand? So what will happen here now is that a Christian pastor ain't missing not a cent.
Right. Right.
You understand? Not a cent in missing. And that same tithes money or tips money is what it's supposed to be using to help the people in this time of need. You understand what I'm showing you? It's very important, Black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man, that we get out of the Christian church.
Right.
We get out of the Muslim mosque. You understand? Right. And I highly doubted that any one of we people in the Mahasabha or the Mandir. And if you're inside it, skate.
Right. Right.
You understand what I'm showing you? Skate. Because again, in the last days, and the Most High is bringing his wrath upon the earth.
Right.
Who won't believe it? The more you see we on the streets, the more you watch classes, they go understand that we in the last days, and the Most High power is bringing his wrath and vengeance. The Christian church tell you, God is all love. You understand? The Christian church tell you, God is all love. You ain't got to worry about nothing. Come out on your veranda or go live on Facebook and just pray. Coronavirus will go. You understand? But little that you know that who you're praying to is this man here.
That's right.
This homosexual. You understand? Caesar Borgia or Caesar Borgia, son of Pope Alexander VI of Rome. This is who you're praying to. This can't answer your prayers. This will never answer your prayers. Right. This is a homosexual, you're a homosexual lover. Right. This is the image of the beast. This is an imposter. You understand what I'm saying? Some say the Christian, the Bible was written by a white man. But in the Bible, it have a black Christ. It have a black God. You understand what I'm showing in the book of Revelation? When you go inside, you go see that.
Right.
And all the churches in Trinidad are not teaching that. Are you hanging up this white image all over your bed, in front of your door? Before you come home, you're seeing this thing in front of you, and that's all them people kite swinging. You swinging a homosexual in your car. You have a homosexual over your door. You understand what I'm showing you? All over your bed. First, the Christian church don't get in the head. That is madness, especially in these last days. Our king, for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian, is a black man.
That's right.
From the tribe of Judah.
That's right.
You understand? And in the midst of all this commerce we see here, with warships, battleships, rumors of war, earthquakes, coronavirus, Hantara virus. They say in the next train of the a relapse of the coronavirus, like it's starting to happen again. In the midst of all of that, war going to break out because the Bible prophesied about war.
That's right.
You understand? And our King, our Christ, which is a black Christ, a black King, coming to save his people.
That's right.
Coming to give his people salvation. You understand what I'm saying? From the hands of our oppressors. What was so sad to see, I think it was yesterday or the day before, what was so sad to see? But I know, I could understand it, but I know many of my people don't understand it. You understand? It's when they decide to like lock down Kentucky Fried Chicken, Church's Chicken, and all these places. You understand? To see everybody up inside there, they're trying to get the last box of chicken. That was so horrible in my eye. You understand what I'm saying? But I understand what my people are going through. You know why? Because when we're on that clock, from 4 in the morning till 8 in the night, 7 in the night, sometimes we have to work double shifts if people doing security. You understand? The only thing we could get to go home before we eat, because from the time you lie down, it's time to get up and go to work again, because little that our people know, we're in fireball servitude.
That's right.
We're in servitude to all these other nations. You understand? We are in the hands of our oppressors.
Right.
We don't Christian church ain't go teach you that. And we feel we're not in the hands of our oppressors. But when you watch that lineup there yesterday, and you watch the majority of people on the outside in them lines, it's your people. You don't know already. When them traversing to and from work all week, every day, or almost 7 days of the week, the only thing you could get to go in to your husband or to your wife or to your children is some fast food. You understand? And you on that clock time after time after time in servitude. You understand that? But when I watch those pictures, I understand that.
Right.
You understand? So when the clock stop, you're still spinning that hamster wheel. You understand? And it is high time and it's of high importance that we understand we are not free in this society.
That's right.
We feel we're free, but we are still under the hands of our oppressors. We are still slaves in this kingdom. You understand? And this kingdom is going to fall. But one thing we must do is be in good standing with the Most High Power, not with the Christian. I ain't talking about the Christian church. The God of the Christian church sell you, this is smoking weed, doing homosexuality.
Right.
You understand? Having homosexuality and all vile acts that the Most High tell you, don't come in. Right? So, Officer Swapiala.
Answer.
Yeah, give me Leviticus chapter 11. Let me go into the dietary law. Let us see what the Most High tell us to eat and what not to eat. Because in the midst of this pandemic, you know what I mean? I see my brethren and them, we talk and thing already, but you know, the ways of the heathen still in us. So we want to go out and hunt. Let me see if we could run out and do a thing in the midst of the pandemic. See what beast we could catch. You understand? And not knowing, you just going and bringing more disease.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying? It might be as bad as the coronavirus yet. You understand? But what you put in your system is a bag of rubbish. It's a meatball of rubbish. You understand? So go ahead.
Book of Leviticus chapter 11 and verse 1.
Go ahead.
And the Most High spake unto Moses and to Aaron, saying unto them, speak unto the children of Israel.
You understand? So at this time, Moses is giving the children of Israel, you understand, which is blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, the laws of what they should eat and what they should not eat. You understand? Go ahead.
These are the beasts which ye shall eat among all the beasts that are on the earth.
You understand? So Moses is saying, these are the beasts that they should eat. Out of everything on the earth, this is what the Most High Power wants you to eat. This is what your king, your God, wants you to eat. Go ahead.
Verse 3. Whatsoever parted the hoof.
Whatsoever what?
Parted the hoof. And is cloven footed. And cheweth the cud.
Right.
Among the beasts that shall ye eat.
You understand? So among all the beasts on the face of the earth, whatsoever parted the hoof and cheweth the cud. It must have that combination. You understand? You know, chewing the cud is like you see in the goats, when they watch the goats or the sheep, or they just keep chewing. Like when somebody are chewing them, they just chewing,
Right.
swallow, and then regurgitate it again.
Right.
Continue, and you must part the hoof. You must have that hoof. The foot must have that image for it. Just hold one minute.
Right.
You understand? It must have that combination. If you don't have that combination, you're against the Most High. You're against God. You're against what Moses laid down for us to follow.
Right.
You understand? And then when we see all these diseases coming about, we should understand why. You understand? That is what a cloven foot will look like. You understand? When we see all these, our sisters having, we call it, irregular periods and fibroids. You understand? You get elephantitis. The doctors ain't go tell you that. You understand? When you reach in the hospital, they go tell you, well, Mr. Mark, slow down on the pork or slow down on the shrimp. Just eat shrimp, go eat that again. You understand? And when you stop eating, you realize, but wait now, again good. Again back better.
Right.
You understand? It is very important that we understand these things in the midst of this pandemic, because if the pandemic going on a little longer, more people are going to start a hunt.
That's right.
People are going to start to share wild meat. You understand? And not realizing that these things is not food. Go ahead, read.
Verse 4. Nevertheless, these shall ye not eat of them that chew the cud.
That what?
That chew the cud, or of them that divide the hoof.
You understand? So them that chew the cud and don't divide the hoof. Go ahead.
As the camel, because he chewed the cud,
right,
but divided not the hoof.
You understand? So the camel chewed cud, but don't divide the hoof. That animal is unclean. Go ahead.
He is unclean unto you. Verse 5. And the pony.
And the what?
And the pony. Because he chewed the cud, but divided not the hoof.
Right.
He is unclean unto you.
You understand? So the coney is a family of the rabbit, right? So even a rabbit and all the family of the rabbit, you're not supposed to eat that. That is unclean. These things bring on disease and cancerous growth and all these other different things. You understand? Then when I watch around, again, as I was saying before, both women with the irregular period, but after eating all these set of things, they want to know what's going on. Young people having cataract. You understand? Go ahead.
Verse 6. And the hair.
And the what?
And the hair. Because he chewed the cud, but divided not the hoof.
Right.
He is unclean unto you.
You understand? So the hair is a family of the rabbit also. That is unclean unto you. Go ahead.
Verse 7. And the swine.
And the what?
And the swine.
And the what?
And the swine.
Mr. Barbecue pigtail. You understand? And roast pork. And pork ribs. And all these different things. Go ahead.
Though he divided the hoof and be cloven-footed,
go ahead,
yet he chewed not the cud.
You understand? So the pig don't chew the cud. Only be cloven-footed is not in that combination. The animal is unclean. Even if you domesticate a pig. You understand? Even if you have a pig like, let me say, somebody bring a pig for you from a farm, and you decide to feed it pellet or grass or whatever it is. That don't mean that that meat is going to be good meat. It's a pig. You understand? A pig just only duplicates itself. So all the parasites from the mother, or whatever the case may be, passing on to the young ones.
Right.
You understand? And there are organisms in the pig, don't matter how you eat. Or not eat, sorry. Don't matter how much you cook it. It's still living. And we don't know that. We're creating a system. You understand? And by the time Tanti reached 4 years old, he realized, by the time Tanti reached 40, or 60, or whatever the case might be, he realized Tanti starting to limp. She back, she legs starting to swell. She gathering water, and all these different things. You understand? Go ahead.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, go ahead, Officer Swap.
As they're saying that and all too. The pig now, as they say, is like a worm. They give up worm in the ground. And they eat worm.
You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. You understand?
So it's the difference than digging up the worm from the ground and start eating.
That is it. And what some people doesn't realize too, that the pig, you understand? The most I design the pig to eat, that pig will eat anything and everything.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Because I remember a time I think on me and Officer Mike, we went in the dump. And when we went in the dump, you see a pig inside there, and that pig wrong and rosy in the fireball dump. You understand what I'm saying? The most I telling you, this is not to eat. You understand? All these animals are scavengers.
Right.
Go ahead.
Verse 8. Of their flesh shall ye not eat.
You shall not eat. Go ahead.
And their carcasses shall ye not touch.
You understand?
They are unclean to you.
You understand? So you shouldn't eat the flesh and you shouldn't touch the carcass. If you're mining pig, you understand? Pretty most that they ain't eating it and they ain't selling it to your people. You understand what I'm saying? But the carcass of the pig, if a pig dead, you shouldn't touch it. You know what I mean? Your gloves up, or whatever the case might be, and you discard of it. Go ahead.
Verse 9. These shall ye eat of all that are in the water.
You understand? So we go into the waters now for you to understand. If you like fishing, or somebody bring fish for you, or whatever the case might be from the waters until it go to eat, is you go understand now what from in the waters, maybe fresh water or salt water, that you should eat.
Right.
You understand? Go ahead.
Whatsoever had fins and scales.
You understand? So whatsoever had fins and scales, it must have that combination of fins and scales. Go ahead.
In the water, in the seas, and in the rivers.
You understand? In the water, in the seas, and in the rivers, it must have the combination of both fins and scales. Go ahead.
Them shall ye eat. And all that have not fins and scales in the sea
Go ahead.
and in the river, of all them that move in the waters, and of any living thing which is in the waters, they shall be an abomination unto you.
You understand? And all that have not fins and scales in the seas or in the waters, they shall be an abomination unto you. They shall be disgusting. You should not want to have the cause to put that in your mouth.
Right.
So when you see people going on the kitchen, what you call this thing again, right? We did with roast and them there, right? The stingray. When you see people eating things like stingray, you have to stay far from that.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? The most I don't learn, you know, as a black man, a Hispanic man, a Native Indian man, these things should be an abomination to you.
Right.
What people don't understand, there are beasts on the field that the Most High created to clean the field.
Right.
There are fowls of the air that the Most High created to, when animals die, they come and they eat that. They feed on that to clean the environment.
Right.
You understand? We're not supposed to be feeding on them things. The Most High is ultimate wisdom, not going and send you down in the bottom of our ocean with a mop to clean the ocean. He creates things to clean the ocean. Things like shrimp, lobster, stingray, and all these things that don't have fins and scales is not for you to eat. These things are scavengers for the sea.
Right.
But then when we go and we catch it and we pull it up, we now take that and make that a delicacy. We make that a tradition. We make that a doctrine of men. We could eat that. You understand? And that is not so.
Right.
According to the Most High. You understand? Go ahead.
Verse 13. And these are they which ye shall have in abomination among the fowls. They shall not be eaten. They are an abomination. The eagle,
right,
and the ostrich.
You understand? The eagle and the ostrich, go ahead.
And the offspring. And the vulture. And the kite.
Right.
After his kind.
You understand? So the eagle, the vulture, the kite after his kind, these things are vultures, scavengers. You're not supposed to eat these things. And again, as I was saying before, you're seeing people starting to skin kobo and eating kobo. Who in the right mind go eat that? Well, We know the Chinese eating anything. You understand? We know the Chinese eating any and everything. You understand? But for my people, don't eat no kobo. Don't eat no Aussie fridge. You understand? Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead, Officer Shah.
Right, and when you check like with the fish and then when you see, right, like for instance, catfish, right?
Right.
So like when you check them fishermen and them, right, they'll go be like catching fish and sometimes them fish and them go choke them, right? So see like the fish and them will choke them and things like with skills. But the minute that catfish choke them, they go always want to go by the hospital.
Right.
Then when that fish choke them, they have no problem, they're going home. When that catfish choke them, they know that the catfish have a lot of bacteria.
That is it.
And they go to the hospital.
You understand?
They can show they get medicine, everything. But when the fish shook them, they have no problem. They go back home and take the thing.
And take the pay. You're very right. You understand? As Officer Shah saying there. When a catfish go and choke a boy, he flying in the hospital. You understand? A catfish have finance skills?
No.
You understand? Catfish don't have finance skills. That unclean. That is an unclean fish that is in the water that the most I tell you not supposed to eat. So no catfish, no crab, no shrimp. You understand? And on we call it again tuna and all these kind of mad things. Shark.
Right.
No shark neither. They're going up Maracas and make that all, they almost make that a national dish. Bacon shark. A little again they put it on the coat of arms. You understand what I'm saying? And we, as the most high chosen people, we're not supposed to be eating that.
Right.
All those things are abomination unto us.
Right.
You understand? Let me just show a 2 quick video there, short. For let us see something what we just go through. You understand? Where we just follow the heathens and put ourselves in bad standing with the Most High. You understand? Maybe that's what 2 short video there. Now there's some men hunting here, right? So they're going out to hunt. You understand? It's all kind of nice thing in the bush to hunt. Yeah. You know what I mean? Goat, you can find goat. You can find good meat, clean meats in the bush. But what's something?
Come back again, part 2.
So they come back again. You understand? Go ahead.
Watch it. Watch it. Watch it. Watch it, man. You go on, man. Watch it. Watch it. Look it up. See it up. Watch it up back. You see it? You see it? You see it? He there still. And then what did that picture? What can I do you before they back in the pen?
So you see the distance and the depth. I don't know if I've seen it good on the screen. I can realize that very clear. That all people go in. But let's heathens here, but we people are on too. You understand that all people will go to pull out rubbish from in the ground.
Organize, watch him.
So you see what's going on here, right?
Make sure I'm telling you.
You can't done there now. Now, when I watch the size, a rodent. This is what I'm telling you, good. When I watch the size of a rodent, that these people pulling out from the ground, that is not food. Tattoo and all these different things, those are scavengers. You understand? And the Most High don't want you as his holy people, people who choose to be above all people at the face of the earth, to be going through that. You understand? All over the night, looking for scavengers, because tattoo is a family of rat. You understand? A tattoo is the family of a rat. That is a rodent. People doesn't know that tattoo and rats and stuff like that is gay. We call it leptospirosis from the urine. You understand what I'm saying? The Most High gave all the turkey, the deer, the gazelle, and all these other things to eat, all these clean meats to eat, chicken. You understand what I'm saying here? All manner of fish from the water, and you will go in the bush to pull out tattoo, to pull out a rat. Did the heathens and them let her do that? That is their custom. That is things that they like to do. I'm not saying that my people or our people can't go and hunting. I'm not saying that. But when they go in the bush, try and subscribe to the Most High tell her to get.
Right.
You understand? Because just be fooling yourself with all manner of disease and sickness. You understand? And when a child born, a child coming out with Down syndrome, you understand? Elephantitis, they get in, and all these, and you see the thing about the ball, yeah, like I custom eating that. But the magnitude in which you're eating it, it's inside affect you yet. You understand what I'm saying? Go ahead, Officer Soa, with the next verse. Where we reach?
Verse 16.
Right, before you go there, let me just show one more video before we continue.
Right.
This one's short too.
Crab legs are usually the priciest.
We're talking about crab legs here.
All you can eat buffets, and people who love them don't mess around. Or at least Aurora takes a look at the chaos that sometimes erupts when crab legs get put on the counter.
Well, watch it good, eh?
There's a feeding frenzy at the buffet.
No, I wanted to watch something good. You understand? No, this is not like a chicken ham or a turkey ham. You understand what I'm showing you? Or chicken or turkey on the whole. This is not lawful meat on the whole. This is the meat that the Most High tell you, don't eat.
Right.
You understand? And what's happening here? Over legs. Crab legs. Right? So we go in.
Crab legs get put on the counter.
There's a feeding frenzy at the buffet. When the crab legs come out, it's everyone for themselves. And they're gone in seconds. This customer barges into the kitchen to demand more crab legs. Sometimes it can get violent, like here at a buffet in New York City. And in Alabama, this woman was charged with assaulting an elderly man when police say a fight broke out over crab legs. The man suffered a cut to his head.
The mayhem caused by these crab legs is alarming. So now some restaurants are carefully dishing them out in order to cut down on the chaos.
It's really sad to fight, to fight over something like that.
Rocky Abdullah owns Le Grand Buffet in New Jersey. He says the star of his buffet is undoubtedly these guys, and the customers can't get enough of them.
What have you done here at your restaurant to control people getting violent over crab legs?
I just decided to move him behind the counter and give food to everybody, so you make everybody happy.
But just for us, Rocky showed how fast the crabs go when they're put on the buffet. In 42 seconds, the legs are gone, and that's after only 3 customers.
Because then one person takes
42 seconds, 2 customers.
and everybody start fighting about it.
But most buffets offer self-serve crab legs. At this one in Queens, New York, as soon as the crabs are brought out, this guy is all over it. He scoops up the crab legs, then his buddy joins in to take more.
Gonna leave any for anybody else?
All right, so 2 guys took almost all the crab legs.
And at this buffet a few miles away, watch these 2 guys go. A tray of crab legs is gone in seconds.
Go crazy for crab legs. It's like a crab leg war out here.
You understand? So you see what? You see what people are going through for crab legs? That is madness. You understand what I'm showing you? We fighting over rubbish. You understand? Our people the Most High give us laws, statutes, and commandments to follow. He give us the dietary law. We are not supposed to be running down crab legs, lobster legs, lobster, or all these unclean meats.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Eh? Because these things bring in diseases upon us, sickness. You understand? These things it don't have us in good health. Neither definitely doesn't have us in good standing with the Most High. You understand?
Right.
But the question I want to ask is, if we running down things like crab legs and tattoo and all these different unclean things, right? What more different are we from the Chinese? That eating bat, rat, dog, and all these different things. How much more different are we from the Chinese? You understand what I'm saying? Because we're going out on a hunt to be hunting tattoo and lap and iguana and all these unclean animals. And then when you watch on TV, like, wait, them Chinese eating dog, but what are you eating? You understand? And the Most High don't want you to be a part of that. The Most High don't want you to eat these things.
Right.
That is why He give you laws in this book, in this Bible, to follow. You understand? But then the Christian church will have a feeling that you could eat what you want. Your pastor will come every Sunday and make you feel you could eat what you want.
Right.
You understand? And that ain't so.
Right.
According to your laws. Go ahead, Officer Swag.
Verse 16.
Go ahead.
And the owl, and the nighthawk, and the cuckoo,
Right.
and the hawk after his kind, and the little owl, and the cormorant, and the great owl, and the swan,
Right.
and the pelican.
So all the swan, the pelican, all those are family of the duck. You're not supposed to be eating duck. Go ahead.
And the eagle,
You get eagle, no eagle.
and the stork, and the heron after her kind,
Right.
and the lapwing, and the bat,
And the what?
and the bat,
And the what?
and the bat.
Go ahead.
All fowls that creep upon all four shall be an abomination unto you.
So all these is an abomination. We're not supposed to be eating these things, right? Go ahead.
Verse 21. Yet these may ye eat of every flying, creeping thing that go up upon all four, which have legs above their feet,
Go ahead.
to leap with all upon the earth.
You understand? So we're going into the insects now, because it have clean insects that we could eat. It have unclean insects also that we cannot eat. Go ahead.
Even these of them ye may eat. The locust.
The who?
The locust.
The who?
The locust.
So we could eat locusts. Go ahead.
After his kind. And the ball locust.
Ball locust. Go ahead.
After his kind. And the beetle. After his kind. And the grasshopper. After his kind.
You understand? So we could eat these things. These things are lawful to eat. Go ahead.
But all other flying, creeping things.
But all what?
Other flying, creeping things, which have 4 feet, shall be an abomination unto you.
You understand? So all other things, all other insects is an abomination unto you. You understand?
Right.
It is an abomination unto you. Give me Matthew chapter 3 and verse 4. Because the Christian church also they like to say, so what about John? And John was eating locust and wild honey.
Yeah.
And when camel here, you understand? And the camel is an unclean animal. They like to say that. You understand? Go ahead. Matthew chapter 3 and verse 4.
Matthew chapter 3 and verse 4. And the same, John had his raiments of camel hair.
Read it from the top again.
And the same, John had his raiments of camel hair.
You understand? John had his raiments of camel hair. His clothes. Go ahead.
And leathern girdles about his loins.
And he had leather girdles upon his loins. Go ahead.
And his meat was locust and wild honey.
And his what?
And his meat was locust and wild honey.
And his meat was locust and wild honey. You understand? The same locust that the Mosai put here in Leviticus for us to follow.
Right.
You understand? John ate locust and wild honey. You understand? And he wear remnants of camel here. Now, when you read earlier on in Leviticus, they tell you you shouldn't touch the carcass of the unclean animal. You understand? But if you know a little bit of history, is that the camel was used for was used for clothing and textile also back in that time. You see, shave all the camel hair and use it to make clothes and stuff like that.
Right.
Right? Go back to Leviticus 11 and 29.
Book of Leviticus, chapter 11 and verse 29. These also shall be unclean unto you.
These, all right.
Among the creeping things that creepeth upon the earth.
Just now, hold 1 minute. Let me make sure with you. Right, go ahead.
The weasel.
The who?
The weasel.
The who?
The weasel. And the mouse.
And the what?
And the mouse. And the tortoise. After his kind.
You understand? So the weasel, the mouse, and the tortoise. After his kind. You understand? So all the family of rats, as we was just showing earlier on, like the lap, like the tattoo, all these are family of rodents. These are unclean unto you. You understand? Black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man. Go ahead.
And the ferret.
And the who?
And the ferret.
And the ferret. Go ahead.
And the camelon. And the lizard.
Go ahead. And the who?
And the lizard.
And the who?
And the lizard.
You understand? But when we go out there, we want to esteem iguana. Most I tell you don't eat that. That is unclean. You understand? Go ahead.
And the snail.
And the who?
And the snail. And the mole.
You understand? So no snail, no mole. People want to eat conchs and oyster and saying them things good for the rod. That ain't so. These things will make your rod dead.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying here? These things is not to eat. These things is not of the Most High power.
Right.
You understand? These things will give erectile dysfunction, all them kind of things. That's 12 more kind of thing you go see.
That's right.
You understand? Go ahead.
These are unclean to you among all that creepeth. Whatsoever.
Yes, now hold on. 30, jump to 41.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 11 and verse 41.
Go ahead.
And every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth shall be an abomination. It shall not be eaten.
Go ahead.
Verse 42. Whatsoever goeth upon the belly.
Whatsoever what?
Goeth upon the belly. And whatsoever goeth upon all four. Or whatsoever hath more feet among all creeping things that creepeth upon the earth, them ye shall not eat.
Them ye shall what?
Not eat.
You understand? So whatsoever goeth upon the belly, which means no caiman, as we like to hunt down here too also in Trinidad, no caiman, no iguana, no lap, no snake. You understand? Go ahead. For they an abomination.
For they an abomination. Verse 43. Ye shall not make yourselves abominable.
You shall not what?
Make yourselves abominable.
So don't eat these things to make yourself defiled, to make yourself abominable. Go ahead.
With any creeping thing that creepeth, neither shall ye make yourselves unclean with them.
Go ahead.
That ye should be defiled thereby. Verse 44. For I am the Most High, your power.
You understand? Go ahead.
Ye shall therefore sanctify yourselves, and ye shall be holy.
You shall what?
Ye shall be holy, for I am holy.
You understand? And holy means separate. So you should be separate. You should separate yourselves. Be separate from these heathens, separate from the custom, the ways, and all these different things, because the Most High is saying he's holy, he's separate. Go ahead.
Ye shall defile yourselves with any manner of creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth.
You understand? Neither shall ye defile yourselves with any manner of creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. Go ahead.
Verse 45. For I am the Most High that bringeth you up out of the land of Egypt.
Go ahead.
To be your power.
You understand? So the Most High brought us from the land of Egypt and give us these laws to follow. Because in Egypt, we was eating as we please. We was drinking as we please. You understand? We was following after their laws.
Right.
You understand? The Most High brought us out of Egypt under the hands of Pharaoh, which was our oppressor over Israel, over blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You understand? And come now and give us our laws to follow. You understand? Our customs to keep, our high holy days to keep. But pastors wouldn't tell you that. Pastors go tell you the laws done away with. You understand? And how you eating all these abominable meats and going to the hospital and ending up in the hospital sorry. You understand? Because we're not supposed to eat in these things.
Right.
Again, as I was mentioning from before, for them who come in late, those who come in late, you understand? These unclean meats make us sick. These unclean meats give us gout, glaucoma, cataract. You understand? These unclean meats, when we eat it over a period of time, we start to gather water in our liver, in our lungs, in our foot. You understand? We start swelling all over.
Right.
We end up with elephantitis. You understand? Our women started just like that. Our women start ending up with lumps in the breast. When you look cancerous good. You understand what I'm saying? Arthritis, all these different things. We stay away from these things, we'll be less vulnerable to these diseases.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? It is very, very important and high time that our people wake up out of the sleep that we're in. You understand?
Right.
I'm not talking about the sleep that we just go and sleep 11 in the night or 8 in the night and get up 7 in the morning. I'm talking about that sleep. I'm talking about the sleep from not knowing that there's a dietary law for you to follow black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man. You understand? So that will be out of harm's way, that will be out of the Most High, bringing destruction upon you. You understand? Because as we read earlier, a lot of people don't know and don't understand that the Lord kills. Christian church would not read these things for you.
Right.
You understand? The Lord kills and he makes alive. We'll go to that scripture just now, but in the Bible. You understand? Go ahead, Officer Soa.
Ye shall therefore be holy, for I am holy.
Go ahead.
Verse 46. This is the law of the beast and of the fowl and of every living creature that moveth in the waters,
right,
and of every creature that creepeth upon the earth, to make a difference between the clean, the unclean, and the clean.
Go ahead.
And between the beasts that ye may be eaten, and the beasts that may not be eaten.
You understand? So the Most High God, if we say we love God, you understand? We will follow the dietary law.
Right.
You understand? If we say, if we get up in the morning and be like, I love God, I love Jesus, we want to sing, we want to give Jesus praise and all kind of thing. You understand? But according to give me John 14 and 15, you understand? According to the scripture, we will see what it is to love God. And we're talking about God know my heart. I give this moment of pain and I touch it and God heal it and all our high science. We ain't talking about that. You understand? When you get to tell me, right?
John 14 and 15.
Yeah, go ahead.
If you love me,
if you what?
My commandments.
If you what?
If you love me, keep my commandments.
If you what?
If you love me, keep my commandments.
You understand? That wouldn't read it?
Can.
You understand? Christ saying, if you love me. Christ himself saying, if you love me. Black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man, keep my commandments. You understand? But when people hear the Bible, they think that the Bible is a book of religion. The Bible is not a book of religion. You understand? The Bible is for you to follow black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man. This is what you have to follow. This Bible. The white man didn't write this Bible. You understand? King James was a black man. King James was not a white man.
That's right.
King James was a black man who authorized the translation of this Bible. So that we will be able to read it from the Hebrew and from the Greek. he authorized the translation from the Hebrew scrolls.
Right.
You understand? Because back at that time, the Romans will do what? They will be reading the Bible and they could tell you what they want.
Right.
And King James was fighting against that. You understand? And then when he did, they started telling him all kind of theory they bring about him. He's a homosexual, white homosexual and this and that. So that's why some people don't subscribe to the Bible. But the Bible is one of the most powerful books on the earth. The Bible is here to fix the black community. The Bible is here to fix the black man, the Hispanic man, the Native Indian man, woman, and child.
Right.
The Bible lets you know how to govern your house, how a wife's supposed to function in your house, how a husband's supposed to function in your house.
Right.
You understand? And when you come into this truth, under commanding Gen.YAHANNA, you will know what is your job. You understand? And your job is to go and help break the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel.
Right.
Because our people are the 12 lost tribes of the nation of Israel. You understand? But our people are under sleep. Our people are still under oppression. You understand? Some don't believe that we are under slavery, but our people still under servitude to the oppressor.
That's right.
You understand? When you read the Bible and you see, what you call it? Esau. Ask your pastor who is Esau. Ask your pastor who is Elam. Ask your pastor who is Moab and Ammon. You understand? They would not be able to answer that for you. So now you read in the Bible and when you see Esau, you skip over that. You don't know Esau is the white man.
That's right.
You don't know Esau is the devil the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
And if Esau is the white man, and Esau is the devil the Bible speaks of, then what are telling you about the white man? Your pastor ain't going to tell you that. You understand? And when you read about Elam, Elam is the East Indians in the Bible. Your pastor ain't going to show you that. The Christian church ain't going to show you that. Where you go learn that is in the I.S.U.P.K under commanding Gen.YAHANNA.
Right.
You understand? And when you see the things that the Elamites did to the nation of Israel, yes, did to the nation of Israel, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. As I was saying earlier, and all to the Venezuelans that come across here are part of the 12 tribes of Israel. They are our brothers and sisters.
That's right.
You understand? And when you read the things that the Elamites, who's the East Indians in the Bible, did to the nation of Israel, you will understand why they're treating the Asherites like that. You will understand why they're treating the Venezuelans like that. You understand? And some people go ask, well, what is this war between black people and white people? Why we can't forgive white people? But that war between black people and white people was since in the beginning, since in the time of Jacob and Esau in the belly, in the womb. That fight start right there. And that is why you're still seeing, like, you know, that is why you're still seeing I forget what it's called, yes, boy, but that's why you're still seeing that fight between blacks and whites. That can't done. You understand? Can't done yet. But Christ coming to deliver blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians from the hand of our oppressors. Give us that salvation. You understand? Salvation is being saved from your enemies. The scripture let you know that Christ came for his people, to save his people. He didn't say all people, his people. His people, all about a 12 tribe chart there. His people is the 12 tribes of Israel. If you have it on that, no study. You understand? His people are the 12 tribes of Israel. The so-called blacks, West Indians, Dominicans, you understand? The Haitians, natives from Guatemala to Panama, Puerto Rico, Cubans, North American Indians, the Seminole Indians, they understand what I'm saying? You have a thing there? Yeah. You understand? This is God's chosen people. This is the people that he came for. You understand? It's kind of a favor. You okay? Yeah. Shit, sorry. You understand? That is God's chosen people. You understand? This is the thing that we understand. The Mexicans from the tribe of I.S.U.P.K. You understand? This is who Christ came for. But in order for us to be in good standing with the Most High power, in order for us to be in standing with the Most High God, must keep the laws, commandments, and statutes of the Most High. We must come back to our heritage. We must come back to knowing our nationality. We are not Africans according to the Bible.
Right.
You understand? Officer Maka did that class Monday. You understand? That and as I said before, that and the Black Watch, I will show you a link with it in the end of the class. So they could go back and watch it. And again, subscribe to all I.S.U.P.K channels. You want a question answered in Trinidad, subscribe to any I.S.U.P.K channel. Officer Galawan is our teacher here in Trinidad, is our camp leader here in Trinidad. Understand? So on Sundays, subscribe to I.S.U.P.K Trinidad and you can come up and see class, ask your questions, get questions answered.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying? It's high time that we wake up out of sleep.
That's right.
You understand? When we see all these destructions happening, you understand this coronavirus tearing up the place, know that the wrath is against these heathens. You understand? The wrath and the Most High is out on this earth. You understand? And if we not in good standing with the Most High, if we continue eating pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster, and Easter, and all these holidays, all these doctrines are men, all these doctrines are devils,
Right.
that the Christian church push on us, the Most High wrath is going to be upon us.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Eh? Somebody give me second Esdras. Hold on. First, give me Proverbs 3 and 31. Right? Somebody hold second Esdras 8 and 55. And Job 21. Give me Proverbs 3 and 31 first. Then we'll go to Job 21 and then we'll go to second Esdras. Right? And we'll conclude the class because it seems like the time done.
Proverbs 3
Done going up already.
Proverbs 3 verse 31.
Yeah, Proverbs 3 and 31.
Envy thou not the oppressor.
Envy thou not the oppressor. Don't envy the things that our oppressors do.
Right.
You understand? Don't envy the things that our oppressors walk after. If they want to walk after their gods, let them go ahead. You don't envy them for that. Don't want to do the things that they want to. If they want to go and eat pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster, let them do that. If they want to catch all the unlawful meat, tattoo, corner, and all these unlawful things, let them go ahead and do that.
Right.
If they want to celebrate Christmas, Easter, Palm Sunday, and all these other things, let they go ahead and do that. That is not in the law for you to follow. Go ahead.
And choose none of his ways.
You understand? And choose none of your oppressor's ways. None of his ways. Because the Most High already gave you your ways to follow in this Bible. He already gave you your ways. You understand? Don't choose the ways of the oppressor. You understand? Give me Job 21 and 14.
Job 21 and 14.
Yeah.
Therefore they say unto the Most High.
Therefore what?
Therefore they say unto the Most High.
Go ahead.
Depart from us.
Therefore they say unto the Most High what?
Depart from us.
You understand? So when you see the I.S.U.P.K on the streets, or we come with these classes, you understand? Give them a listening ear. You understand? Give the brothers on the streets some listening ear. You might see videos, listen to what others say. You understand? Because these things that you bring out here is to save your life.
That's right.
If it's to save it from the destruction when Christ returns, because Christ is going to return. In the last days, we see no happening.
That's right.
You understand? But some people, when we bring these things to them, they say what? Go ahead, Officer Charles, take it from the top again.
Job 21 and verse 14.
Go ahead.
Therefore they say unto the Most High.
Go ahead.
Depart from us.
You understand? So when we bring this truth to them, let them know, do eat pork, do eat crab, do eat shrimp, do eat lobster. These things bring diseases on you. You understand what I'm saying? The Most High say those celebrate the high holiday, those celebrate their holidays, your oppressor holidays. Right. You know what they say? Depart from us, we don't want to hear that. And continue doing what I do. You understand? But tonight I hope you understand. Go ahead.
For we desire not the knowledge of thy ways.
For what?
For we desire not the knowledge of thy ways.
You understand? And they say we don't want to hear about that. We don't desire the knowledge of your ways. We don't want to hear don't eat pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster. Go ahead.
Verse 15. What is the Almighty that we should serve him?
You understand? And because they could get up in the morning and smoke a weed or go and hunt You understand? Or he did all these unlawful things. They say, what is God? What is the Most High that we should serve him? Who is he that we should serve him? Because in their mind, they're doing pretty all right. Go ahead.
And what profit should we have if we pray unto him?
You understand? And what profit we will have if we pray to him? But the profit that you have if you pray to the Most High, if you come out of your ways, you come into the I.S.U.P.K, the profit that you will have, you understand, is rulership over your oppressors. The profit that you will have is you being saved from destruction when the Most High return. You understand? Is you seeing your people together again. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You understand? Go ahead.
Verse 17. How oft is the candle of wicked put out?
You understand? How often is the candle of the wicked put out? How often do these wicked nations, these wicked people, have to be corrected? Go ahead.
And how oft cometh their destruction
You understand?
upon them?
And how often does destruction have to come upon them for them to understand? Change your ways. Don't do wickedness upon the earth. You understand what I'm saying? It's high time that we understand the power of the Most High. The Most High is not here to play. The Most High is not about hugs and kisses. The white Jesus that I showed you on, Caesar Borgia, this white Jesus here, he's about hugs and kisses. He's about playtime. You understand? But the black Christ, the black God in Revelation, as I said earlier, not about play. It's a serious time right now. This is a serious time that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians should gather themselves together. Scripture tells you that gather yourself together, O nation not desired. You is the nation not desired. You understand? That was verse 17. Go ahead.
The Most High distributed sorrows in his anger.
You understand? And in the Most High anger, let you know what the Most High do get angry. He distributed sorrows. Don't distribute hugs and kisses. He distributes sorrows when the Most High is angry. You understand what I'm saying? Give me a second. Let's just 8 and 55. So, yes, hold on. Give me a second. It's just 8 and 55. Go stop at 61.
Second Ezra 8 and 55.
Yeah, go ahead.
And therefore, ask thou no more questions concerning the multitude of them that perish.
You understand? So when you don't want to listen to the Most High to keep the laws, commandments, and statutes, you understand? And we see the coronavirus coming and starting to devour the heathens and our people getting trapped in that. Because we bring in this warning and this truth since 1969 to tell you, hey, come out from there. Come out from those ways. Come out from those wicked ways. Turn your life around. Stop smoking weed. Stop eating pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster. Stop selling drugs to your brother. Stop sleeping with your neighbor's wife.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Yeah? Go ahead.
Verse 56. For when they had taken liberty,
you understand?
They despised the Most High.
You understand? So when our people have taken liberty, when they reach in these high seats, when these Christian pastors reach on the pulpit, and they get a chance now to help the people, they despise the Most High. They tell it to celebrate Christmas. They tell it to eat pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster. Go ahead.
Those scorn of his law and forsook his ways.
You understand? So choose scorn of his law and they forsook his ways. They don't want to hear about the law. The laws that God had done away with. And earlier when we read what the Most High say, not one jot or one tittle is to pass from this law. Right. Paraphrasing. We are to keep the laws of the Most High God. You understand? Go ahead.
Verse 57.
You understand? And verse 56, they say they forsook his ways. They don't want to keep the high holy days. They want to keep Passover. They don't want to keep Purim. You understand? But they want to celebrate Easter and Christmas and Palm Sunday and Shout Out Baptist Day and all these madness. Right. They want to do that. Go ahead.
Verse 57. Moreover, they have trodden down his righteous.
Right, yeah. You understand? Moreover, these Christian pastors, these religious leaders, they have trodden down the Most High righteousness by telling you the laws are done away with. It's like they actually they actually killed Christ. They trodden down his righteousness. So now our people in the Christian church, they don't know what is righteousness. You understand? Go ahead.
And said in their heart that there is no God.
You understand? And in their mind, they don't believe that there is a God. You understand? You come and tell them Christ black, they don't want to hear that. They believe in whatever imaginary thing they want to believe in. They don't want to hear Christ black. They don't want to hear the Jews black. They don't want to hear you is not an African. You are the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. You are the true Jews.
Right.
That the Bible speaks of. They don't want to hear that. Go ahead.
Yea, and not knowing they must die.
And what?
Yea, and not knowing that they must die.
Go ahead.
Verse 59. For as things aforesaid shall receive you.
Go ahead.
So thirst and pain are prepared for them. For it was not his will that man should come to naught.
You understand? It is not the most high will that man should come to naught.
Right.
Coronavirus drop. It's not the most high will that everybody should die. Go ahead.
Verse 60. But they which be created have defiled the name of him.
But what?
But they which be created have defiled the name of him.
You understand? But they which be created, they defile the name of the Most High. They don't want to hear about the Most High. You understand? So they started paint out white Jesus. They started paint white disciples. You understand? They started push everything white on it. They don't want to hear that. Go ahead.
That made them and were unthankful unto him.
That do what?
That made them and were unthankful unto him. Which prepared life for them.
You understand? So them that the Most High made, they were unthankful unto him. He that give them life. Go ahead.
Verse 61. And therefore is my judgment now at hand.
And therefore what?
Is my judgment now at hand.
And therefore, the coronavirus is now at hand. And therefore, the judgment of the Most High is now at hand. You understand what I'm saying? This is high time that our people awake out of this sleep. You understand? And if the Most High allow the corona to pass, or the prophets in the I.S.U.P.K allow the corona to pass, it makes no sense going back in the Christian church.
Right.
It makes no sense going back in the Muslim mosque.
Right.
You understand? Because from the time the corona dropped, your religious leaders run and hide. They ran away and hide. And the doors in the I.S.U.P.K under commanding GEN.YAHANNA is always open.
That's right.
It's always open to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians that want to learn the heritage, the culture, the nationality, want to understand the laws of the Most High, want to understand this Bible. It is always open. 24/7. You understand? As one of the brothers was bringing out, we are an essential service. We always open.
That's right.
We always open for our people. You understand? So it's time to come and learn the different things of the Bible. It's time to come and learn that this is seen on my head here. This is not a star. You understand? A star is a ball of gas. This is seen on my neck here. It's not a star. You understand? It's time for you to come and learn that. It's time for you to come and learn the mark of the beast. The mark of the beast, as fake Israelites project it, some microchip. Fireborn fake Israelites right now. Because it's scattering the Lord's flock.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying here? Fire burn them. Unless they want to change and repent, fire burn. Come into the I.S.U.P.K. Understand laws, commandments, and statutes. Understand brotherhood. Understand history here in Trinidad and Tobago. Understand that the history that you might know is not really what you should know, because it's not helping you. You need to know your history. Just like the East Indians, as Officer McCall was bringing out in his class on Monday, just like the East Indians know their history, the Chinese know their history, the Syrians know their history. You need to come and know your history, black man. No Edomite, as you read in scriptures, is Esau. No white man can teach you your history.
Right.
No Chinese man can teach you your history.
Right.
No Syrian can teach you your history. You need to come in the I.S.U.P.K to learn your history. Get on the classes online, subscribe to all I.S.U.P.K channels. You understand? I send a link in Facebook, I think on YouTube. If I send it on YouTube, I'll send it after the class. We're going to see how the Hebrew Israelites, how the I.S.U.P.K start under commanding General YAHANNA.
Right.
And you will understand why there's so much a break of camps. You understand? And it makes no sense running into these camps because these camps is not the body of Christ. You understand? Black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian woman is. We are the I.S.U.P.K coming out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General YAHANNA. Our doors are always open. You understand? And with that, I pass the class on to Priest and Officer Michael.
Right.
This is the I.S.U.P.K security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K out of 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General YAHANNA. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or a sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are here to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. After 6 months, if your brother or a sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to the brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in Numbers chapter 18, verse 21, and Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 to 10. Means tenth in the Hebrew and is pronounced ma'ashra. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, you give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like to give. Upcoming holy convocation. The next upcoming holy convocation is the Passover, which was supposed to be on April 9th, but due to the corona pandemic, right, we will wait on an update from the commanding general, General YAHANNA,
Right.
on the date Passover is to be commenced. Remind Akium and Aquatium to check on social media, such as ISUPK.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for I.S.U.P.K events and materials. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, then he is to start wearing all black, which includes black boots, like shirt, like pants, like headbands, or scarves. And with that, we say, I imagine. You're going to turn and face the east. You're going to say the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kwadash, Hayah, Shamka, Yahweh, Malakbaka, Taba'a, Ratazaka, Hayah, Aisha, Baratiza, Kawa, Hayah, Bashamaya, Latanda now, Lakam, Kal, Yawam, Wasalak now, Kawawat now, Kasalak now, Kawawat now, Wala'a, Tabaya now. Wanasaya one. Above. Our shine now. Mayan. Right. Kaya. Laka. Amalakwa. Waha'ala. Watapara. I will love you.
Aman. In English, what you just said was our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day, our daily bread, and forgive us, our debts, as we forgive our debtors, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it.
We're going to say the blessings in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh. Why Yahushai. Why Makala. Why Alahayim. Matazabia. Alawap Yahanna. Ha Alawapia. Ha Saranya. Ha Kwatazali Anyam. Ha Kayal Yam. Why Akwatia. Why Allah. Salakia. Yahweh. Bahasham. Yahushai. To Wada Amat.
What you just said in English. Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahushua.
And Yahushua.
And Michael.
And Michael.
And the angel.
And the angel.
Commanding General Yohana.
Commanding Gen.YAHANNA.
General.
General.
Captain.
Captain.
The officer.
Officers.
The troopers.
Troopers.
And the sisters.
And the sisters.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. We're going to say the hakak, or the prayer for the power structure. In the Hebrew, Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Bahasham.
Bahasham.
Yahushai.
Yahushai.
Babakushai.
Babakushai.
Natanawa.
Natanawa.
Hakak.
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 Larapa.
Larapa.
Kal Makala.
Kal Makala.
Wakal Madawa.
Makal Madawa.
Hakak.
Hakak.
Lataha.
Lataha.
Hamatazaria.
Hamatazaria.
Hakak.
Hakak.
Lahakoya.
Lahakoya.
Hamataya.
Hamataya.
Hakak.
Hakak.
Irakawat.
Irakawat.
Atamayala.
Atamayala.
Lagarashan.
Lagarashan.
Bahasham.
Bahasham.
Yahushai.
Yahushai.
Wada Aman.
Wada Aman. What you just said in English. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Please give us the power.
Please give us the power.
The power to heal.
The power to heal.
All manner of sickness.
All manner of sickness.
And all manner of disease.
And all manner of disease.
The power to cleanse the leper.
The power to cleanse the leper.
The power to raise the dead.
The power to raise the dead.
The power against unclean
The
spirits.
power against unclean spirits.
To cast them out.
Cast them out.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
What we're going to say is the curses. Blessed are you, Yahweh.
Blessed are you, Yahweh.
King of heaven and earth.
King of heaven and earth.
And all things living.
And all things living.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Listen to us now.
Listen to us now.
Right now.
Right now.
Send evils and curses.
Send evils and curses.
And punishment and destruction.
And punishment and destruction.
To the heathen.
To the heathen.
That speak against
That
us.
speak against us.
Thy prophet.
Thy prophet.
The teacher.
The teacher.
The princes.
The princes.
The priest.
The priest.
The Israelite brothers.
The Israelite brothers.
And the school.
And the school.
Send evils and curses.
Send evils and curses.
And punishment and destruction.
And punishment and destruction.
To the heathen.
To the heathen.
And shake loose.
And shake loose.
The treasure of the rich.
The treasure of the rich.
Of Israel.
Of Israel.
That refuse.
That refuse.
To give to the school.
That refuse to give to the school.
Force their riches.
Force their riches.
Enter into thy sanctuary.
Enter into thy sanctuary.
Send evils and curses.
Send evils and curses.
And punishment and destruction.
And punishment and destruction.
To the Edomite.
To the Edomite.
And the nation.
And the nation.
And the drug dealers.
And the drug dealers.
The court system.
The court system.
The prison system.
The prison system.
Planned Parenthood.
Planned Parenthood.
All the governments of our enemies.
All the governments of our enemies.
Amalek synagogues and armies.
Amalek synagogues and armies.
Roman Catholic Church.
Roman Catholic Church.
The Pope.
The Pope.
Islam.
Islam.
Christianity. Egyptology. Militia. Ku Klux Klan. Aryan Nation. Skinhead. Fuzzy Komatazi. Gay movement. Lesbian movement. Spy. Workers of witchcraft. NASA space program. Army. Navy. Air Force. Marine. Wall Street. Open up the internet. And the airwaves. Cable access channel. And the radio channel. Conflict the spirit of any of thy people that seek to stop us. And bring swift destruction to all the heathen that stand in the way. Or try to stop us from broadcasting your word throughout the planet Earth. Let loose all the plagues. Cause them to go to and fro throughout the earth. And consume them. Let the plague shake the house of the thief. And the murderer. Let Yahweh shine. Michael and Gabriel come down with the flying saucer. And punish all the heathen. That come up against us. As we speak thy word. Cause it to be known by all. That it is the angels that have done it. Cause it to be spread throughout the media. And the whole world. Cause them to shake at thy coming. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you always. So be it.
We're going to say the blessed Israel in the Hebrew. Yahweh.
Bahasham.
Yahushai. Barak Lanawa.
Shalom. Wabayak. Superior. Barak. Rapah. Magan.
Commanding Gen.YAHANNA.
General.
Captain. Officers. The troopers. The sisters. Children. The destroyer of Israel. I.S.U.P.K. Tazapa. Mapatusa. Yapa.
Amar. Commanding Gen.YAHANNA. General. Captain. The officers. The troopers. The sisters. The children. Destroyer of Israel. All those fighting to come into the truth. Kayalwana. Barak Napash. Shariah. Kintian family. Osalan family. The Koto family. Philip family.
Commanding Gen.YAHANNA. generals, captains, officers, troopers, sisters, all the destroyed of Israel.
All the destroyed of Israel.
All the brothers and sisters in the ISUPK.
All the brothers and sisters in the ISUPK.
All the brothers and sisters fighting to come into the ISUPK.
All the brothers and sisters fighting to come to the ISUPK.
Brown family.
Brown family.
Francois
Francois
family.
family.
Zion.
Wesleyan.
Daniela.
Angel.
Rashida.
All the brothers and sisters fighting to come to the ISUPK.
All the brothers and sisters fighting to come to the ISUPK.
All Israel online.
All Israel online.
All the brothers and sisters that fighting for the truth.
All the brothers and sisters that fighting for the truth. The Bawa. Afisha. Aliyah. Alicia. Bahasham. Yahushai. Tawada Aman.
What you just said in the English. Lord, in the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Bless us. And Israel. And the school. Bless. Heal. Shield. Protect. Our loved one. Name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you. So be it.
Sir, men of Israel, let's give the teacher a 130 salute. Amajam Shabbat. Amajam. Barak. Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai Bakatam.
Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai Bakatam.
Yad Mata. Men of Israel, let's give the sisters online a 130 salute. Amajam Shabbat. Amajam. Barak. Yahweh Shema Ba'asham Yahushai. Yad Mata. Class dismissed.